Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, if no one ever told you to hate a certain feature about yourself, would you really hate it? From a young age, we're bombarded with messages that certain features are flaws in need of fixing. But the truth is, these ideas don't come from within. They're shaped by societal beauty standards and reinforced by industries that literally profit off of insecurity. The plastic surgery and cosmetic filler industry thrives on convincing people they need to change, offering quick fixes that promise happiness but often lead to regret and even harm. One of the most troubling outcomes of this industry is how it erases individuality. Overuse of fillers has created a phenomenon where everyone starts to look the same, with puffy cheeks, overlined lips, and what's often called pillow face. The uniqueness that once made people stand out is being replaced by a cookie-cutter standard of beauty. Instead of enhancing natural features, fillers often distort them, leaving behind a homogeneous look that prioritizes trends over individuality. Fillers are marketed as safe and non-invasive, but the truth is far more complicated. Hyaluronic acid, the key ingredient in most fillers, can block lymphatic channels, a vital part of your immune system that drains fluid and flushes toxins. Research actually suggests this damage may increase the risk of long-term health issues, including cancer. Dr. Spero Theodorou, please correct me if my pronunciation is wrong, who is a leading plastic surgeon, found that fillers can cause irreversible damage to the lymphatic system. In a recent study, a dye injected into the faces of women with fillers remained pooled under the skin even a week later instead of being drained by the lymphatic system. This blockage compromises the immune system, increases swelling, and can lead to permanent harm. Alarmingly, even skilled injectors cannot prevent these risks because the problem lies with the substance itself, not the injectors. When it comes to nose fillers specifically, the risks become even more severe. The nose contains a complex network of blood vessels that connect to critical areas, including the eyes and the brain. Improper placement of fillers can lead to catastrophic complications such as vascular occlusion, which blocks blood flow and can cause tissue death, which is also known as necrosis. Even more alarming, there have been cases where fillers injected into the nose caused blindness when the substance traveled to the arteries supplying the retina.
If you inject accidentally into a vessel and that vessel gets plugged up by the filler, then everything upstream of that vessel is now no longer able to get oxygen. Then the skin, beyond that blocked point has a very critical period of time, usually 24 to 48 hours before it starts dying. And there is a very rare but real risk of blindness from that.
I could actually feel it dying.
She no longer sees.
I have no feeling of it blinking. My perception is different. I see nothing at all. Nothing. It's just dark.
This condition is rare, but it is devastating and definitely not worth the risk, if you ask me. Some doctors actually refuse to perform nose filler procedures entirely because the risks are way too high. They argue that no cosmetic enhancement is worth the possibility of such life-altering complications. This reluctance highlights the growing concern within the medical community about the safety of these procedures, particularly in high-risk areas like the nose. And a blocked lymphatic system can lead to several side effects and health issues because it disrupts the body's ability to remove toxins, waste, and excess fluids. You can have bodily swelling, skin changes like fibrosis, infections, discoloration and redness, pain, chronic fatigue, even weight gain, stiffness or a limited range in motion, digestive issues, breathing difficulties, and the worst is a weakened immune response. Dr. Theodorou said he will be the most hated plastic surgeon in the world for highlighting concerns with such a lucrative and popular non-surgical procedure. And he actually immediately stopped providing filler at his practice following the research findings. And he said he can't in good conscience provide this to patients anymore because of what he saw. And he also said that they brought their findings to the plastic surgery industry. He said, quote, "Our job as scientists is to bring it to your attention, and we did, and nothing happened. We don't know the long-term implications of messing with this lymphatic system." Dr. Theodorou said it usually takes 20 years for problems with implants and these kinds of medical devices to emerge. Although hyaluronidase can dissolve fillers, it's nearly impossible to remove them entirely. The substance often migrates to unintended areas, triggering immune responses. T cells, the body's natural defense mechanism, attack the filler as a foreign object, causing inflammation and in some cases contributing to diseases. Despite these risks, the filler industry, valued at $5 billion and projected to nearly double by 2030, continues to promote these procedures with little regulatory oversight. Dissatisfaction with fillers is leading more women under 50 to consider facelifts. A study by the British Association of Aesthetic Plastic Surgeons revealed that 70% of surgeons reported an increase in younger patients seeking facelifts, 65% observed greater caution among patients regarding fillers, and 80% noticed an anatomical distortion caused by fillers in faceplant patients. This trend truly underscores how the promise of non-invasive solutions often leads to more invasive procedures down the line, leading patients to deal with physical and emotional consequences. It's important to remember that fillers were traditionally marketed to older women, those in their 50s and 60s seeking to address age-related volume loss. This means there's little research on the long-term effects of starting fillers at a young age and continuing them for decades. Unlike older women, who might use fillers for a shorter period, younger women opting for these procedures could face unknown health risks from a lifetime of treatments. Over time, repeated use of fillers can exacerbate issues like lymphatic blockage, immune responses, and anatomical changes. The lack of comprehensive studies on this prolonged exposure leaves a significant gap in understanding the true implications. Are we trading temporary enhancements for long-term harm? The answers remain uncertain, and that uncertainty should make anyone pause. The cosmetic industry isn't just about enhancing beauty, it's about profit. By perpetuating unrealistic standards and capitalizing on insecurities, it ensures a constant demand for its products and procedures. But at what cost? Are these quick fixes worth the potential damage to your health, self-esteem, and individuality? Now, take a moment to reflect. The next time you consider altering something about yourself, ask, would I hate this feature if no one told me to? Your individuality is what makes you beautiful. Rather than chasing fleeting trends, embrace the uniqueness that sets you apart. True beauty lies in self-acceptance, not in conforming to someone else's idea of perfection. What are your thoughts on lip filler and plastic surgery in general? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one.